Yo, what's up, peeps out there on the internet? This has been an interesting week for the lovers of the High Republic version of Star Wars. For everyone else, it's been kind of amusing to watch how they basically have been melting down. So, some more information came out about a rumor. So, I thought I'd check it out. All right. All right. So, there's an article on that park place, and it states rumor Star Wars The High Republic coming to an end after the Acolytes cancellation. Nobody was buying this particular thing. I think most people who will hear this probably won't even know that this was a thing. Star Wars or Lucasfilm decided to create their own pocket, like their own pocket universe in between the Old Republic and the Star Wars that everybody knows. Like the prequels and the main Star Wars that most people are familiar with. But they created their own thing, filled it with a bunch of woke nonsense, and are shocked and stunned that nobody bought it. Says a new rumor claims that Lucasfilm's publishing and media initiative, Star Wars The High Republic, is coming to an end. So these are the characters. They actually had a Rock as a pilot. All right. So this new rumor comes from Scooper WDW Pro during the Pro Show live stream. He is one of the founders of that park place. WDW Pro stated, according to our sources, the High Republic is coming to an end. The people that we are talking to are saying to us that it's looking like Disney is ready to pull the plug on the High Republic. The Acolyte being canceled is just the beginning of that, but it's also a catalyst of it, he added. They tried it, because I think in Marvel, their point of view for them was, we tried it. It didn't work. We need to make money because the economy is in the toilet. X-Pro stated, so basically for years, Disney has been building towards putting the High Republic on the small screen and then the big screen eventually, so that they had the rollout of the young adult novels, which did not do very well. These were on the New York Times bestseller list, which is something that, from what I heard, you can just kind of pay a little bit to, get your numbers up so that you can make that list. By the way, that doesn't mean anything because you can basically pay your way on there. So the New York Times, that's my opinion, and I'm keeping it. Disagree if you like, it's subjective. I don't know. I kind of share that opinion. Things did not go very well for the High Republic, he continued. We've documented that over the years quite significantly. Barnes & Noble, for example, was putting the High Republic novels on the floor. I've seen pictures of that. They were actually putting her on the floor because that led them to put Timothy Zahn books on the shelves. I guess those sell. So they had to have the New Republic in the space contractually, but on the floor they went. Nobody was buying it. So I guess they used it as to keep the dust off the carpet, I guess. So Disney had this build up, and the build up was leading to the Acolyte. And what happened? Well, the viewership was absolutely terrible. I think more people watched people talking crap about it than actually watched the television show. So now with all that have been built up to this small screen adventure, and there's no reason to continue the venture doing more adventures with the High Republic, not when it's utterly unsuccessful and has no merchandising power either. Which is funny about when they acquired Star Wars, you did not have to have a movie out to sell the merchandise. You had a huge, passionate fan base. Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of the people over there just pissed all these people off to the point where they don't buy anything. I think if you would have actually did something like this at the beginning, you probably would have sold fairly well, and maybe from the younger people, probably got them to kind of mess with it. But you pissed so many people off, it just, unlike what people think, the opposite of love is not hate. Hate is still an emotion. You still have an emotional attachment to something. Opposite of love, and hate too, is apathy. When you just don't care. You have no emotion about the thing, and they pushed a bunch of people into that particular feeling. So now there's going to be a tricky part about it, he said. According to the sources, we are not going to get an announcement that the High Republic is being ended by Disney, because that would be a black eye. Again, we're in rumor territory. But according to the source, we will see that this gets phased out over the next 1 or 2 years, which people won't even notice because they haven't noticed it now anyway. And basically that is the way that this is going to play, is the High Republic books and comics or whatever else they do. They're going to clear the deck by having those items that are already paid for and budgeted and are in production and whatnot. They're going to keep doing those, and that's it. They're going to stop it after that. And again, the reason is because there's simply no future for this. he said something like this around last August. He noted that Disney Lucasfilm Press apparently had been given orders from Disney, not from Lucasfilm, but Disney proper, that it is time to wind down the High Republic and it is time to wind down the young adult novel release. He continued, I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if that means that immediately the High Republic will cease to get releases, that phase 3 is the final phase for this push and they've had. It has been completely unsuccessful in about every way that you can imagine. Yeah, they basically killed the Star Wars brand. We are told, by the way, folks, that the latest issue of the High Republic, and I don't know exactly what that is, but we're told that the issue has moved about 60,000 units total, which is terrible for Star Wars. All right, if you don't understand how that works, that is not sales. That is 60,000 units given to people to sell it. That's how they usually count, especially like with comic books and stuff like that. They sell it. Their customer is not you. Their customer actually is the people who actually will sell it to you, and they usually don't take the stuff back. It is reported that the High Republic publishing sales are struggling. Novelist Michael Gallagher and Declan Finn shared their Upstream Review Substack that the publishing initiative saw a 90 to 95% drop in sales between the launch of The Light of the Jedi and current High Republic novels in barely over 2 years. I tried reading one of these things. One, it is a travesty what they did to Han Solo. And two, what you got from the sequels, they tried to make the Empire diverse. You don't want the bad guys to be diverse. It's like, I can't imagine the people who follow the guy with the funny mustache worried about being diverse. The duo also shared that since Disney's takeover the property, only 4 books have broken 100,000 copies in sales. Beside the aforementioned Light of Jedi, 3 of them were written by Zahn. The 5th and final was Chuck Wendig novel, whose sales wibbled and wobbled their way into a ditch with the following books. Furthermore, they noted Zahn's numbers were surpassing the High Republic's books. 5 of them easily outsold every High Republic novel, and the 6 only outsold Light of the Jedi. I'm not exactly surprised, because given how hardly anybody's talking about this, I'm quite sure most people who are hearing about this would have no idea what the High Republic is. Hopefully this means that these companies are finally coming to their senses and this woke nonsense will be over. All right, so if you made it to the end of this, please thank you, and please like, share, and subscribe and all that fun stuff out there. Later.